5 years after his death, the nation received his vast collection of works, over 19,000 drawings and hundreds of watercolours and oil paintings, much of which is now on show at Tate Britain, and which has secured his place as unarguably the greatest British landscape painter. But he also was a control freak and an artist who built his own myth. And so he gave this painting to the National Gallery. He considered it to be his greatest work, Dido building Carthage, but on condition that it was shown next to this painting by Claude Lorraine, his great artistic hero. Now, Turner's doing two things. One, he's establishing himself in the pantheon of great Western art, but two, unlike any other artist here, he's stipulating the conditions under which his art must be seen. And in some ways, that's very modern, the idea about being concerned with your own image. But then, as both artist and visionary, academician and rebel, Turner was of his time and way ahead of it too.
We love pets, so this summer we've got some special guests joining us in the Milkshake studio. Plus, we'll be meeting lots of animals at the zoo too. And you can get involved by sending us pictures of your pets. Join us for a pet-tastic summer. Weekdays on Milkshake.
Sick, injured and orphaned animals get a little helping hand now here on Channel 5 in Wildlife SOS.
In this episode, CT the badger goes for further consultations. A bat needs a helping hand. We meet a Canada goose that thinks it's a duck. But first, CT the badger with hydrocephalus. That's water on the brain.
We took the badger to St Anne's Hospital last week, and Claire very kindly at Stone Line said she'd have a look at the CT scans and see if there's anything we can do for her. So it's a fingers crossed job. It's a bit unhopeful, but we're going to keep our fingers tight crossed and see if there's anything we can do. We had the whole of St Anthony's in tears. It's amazing.
Claire is one of the few veterinary neurologists in the country, and these are the first CT scans of a badger that we know of.
They look so much better than X-ray, don't they? Brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty good hydrocephalus.
I mean, should that be totally full up with
I
brain,
should
or
be
would that
totally full up. Well, let's have a wee look at her.
She will
bite,
nip,
but she doesn't hurt, no.
Claire needs to find out exactly how bad the condition is.
Okay.
Do you want me to hold it
yes,
for you?
Yes, please.
Come on, sweet one. Come on, sweet one.
Let's have a look at your eyes.
Just do be careful with your fingers a bit.
I can bite my pen light if you want. She definitely can see shadows.
You could do that with an owl. They can actually hear that falling through the air.
If we put her down off the ground, she's not going to run off too fast. No, she won't.
No.
A full examination and diagnosis will take some time, as undertaking treatment of this condition in a badger is almost unheard of. In the last episode, we rescued a duck family that had fallen down a drain. They were very dirty and needed a wash and feeding up, but with their mother to look after them, they can now go back out into the wild.
Amazing how quick they've grown.
Today, Malcolm is bringing them to a suitable pond near to where they were found.
Go right down to the water's edge just there.
One of our policies at the centre is to get the animals back into their natural habitat as soon as possible. And in this case, the mother duck will do a much better job of looking after her ducklings than we ever could.
Ideally, we're going to let the ducklings out first, Then the mother. We let the mother out first. It's quite likely she'll just fly away and leave them. Hopefully the ducklings there first, she'll stay with them. We'll just wait till these swans have moved off in case they're aggressive. Wonderful. Lovely to see them go like that, all together. Mum's looking after them already.
Back at the veterinary centre, Claire, the veterinary neurologist, has completed her examination of CT and the scans and is explaining all the options.
The clinical signs aren't developing again.
Right.
And the final method for treating hydrocephalus, which hasn't been performed in animals to my knowledge, is to actually put an endoscope in, again through a little hole, and you put this very, very fine endoscope in and come all the way down here and make a hole down the bottom to make a communication. I say that's not been done in animals before, it's theoretically possible. So really it's up to you to decide what you think would be best options for her. I mean, if she's not treated, there's a possibility she may stabilise, but it's more likely she'll progressively deteriorate with time.
So I mean, this new op would obviously be interesting to try.
Well, I guess we don't lose anything by trying something. And then if it doesn't look like a good quality of life, deciding for the kindest option.
Sure.
But
You don't at the moment
otherwise,
that it's in pain or anything? You think
I don't think he's in pain, no.
Should we be doing the corticosteroid anyway for now, just to relieve some pressure? If you can tell me what we should do.
Unless we plan to do surgery in the immediate future.
Right. Well, we can, I mean,
do you know the badger's weight?
Last time we weighed, you just fractionally over 2 kilos.
So for now, we continue with the same steroid treatment.
Well, far more positive than I'd hoped, so great enthusiasm at the moment. Claire's going to do some work and some ringing around, a bit of research to see where we go from here, but it looks if we could have a positive result.
The first badger to have a CT scan and possibly the first badger to have brain surgery. A resident at this housing estate found a bat lying on the grass. Louise is hoping it's well enough to be released.
Right, this is where the bat was found, just on the grass around here somewhere. We've had a look round and we think it's quite likely that they live over there in an old house. So this is where we're going to let him go. I've got the bat in a pouch attached to my t-shirt, so he's against me to warm him up, because they have to be warm before they can fly. So I shall get him out now and hopefully he'll go off quite quickly. He's been moving around, so I know he's warm, and it's been preening. Here we go.
Bats are surprisingly common in southeast England, but because they are nocturnal and naturally shy, you don't get that many sightings.
Well, he went off very well. He went off a bit quicker than I expected him to, actually. I think he must have known where he was, because he didn't do a big circuit first to check out where he was. He just went straight down the alleyway, and then I lost sight of him. So hopefully he'll be all right. He flew very well.
Okay, little one. Well, we'll just give her going to check her weight to make sure we give her the right dose of corticosteroid. She's not going to like this at all. We'll just plonk her in there very quickly. It was a good girl. I'm just snuggling there for a second. I don't like it in here, Dad. I don't like it at all.
CT still faces a very unknown future.
Right, she is as near as damaged to swearing. Okay, sweet, I need to get out now. Come on, little one. Oh, no, come on, no. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, I just liked it in there. It was cosy. Right, do you want to go and plonk her up with Ben?
There's been some confusion about our resident badger cub. I've been calling him Ben, whilst everyone else calls him Bill. He is one and the same badger cub, and we are hoping he'll bond with CT.
Benji, what you doing, big boy? What you doing? You're handsome. You said you have seen CT. I said, I'm just been up. Do you want to meet CT? Do you want to meet CT? Eh? Yeah, coming down to see Benjamin. Oh, Dad, what's this? I never met a badge. It's a friend. Oh, he said hello. Oh, he said I recognise you. Be gentle, come on. There's going to be a little bit of fighting at the beginning, there often is, as they get used to each other.
Bill had lost his hair after a reaction to goat's milk, but it's growing back now.
They seem to be right together, actually. So you've got a very funny coat. My coat's a proper coat. Your coat's like a crew cut. What's going to go in there? Who knows what's happening?
As badgers normally live in families, they should enjoy each other's company, but we'll keep an eye on them just to be sure.
Benjamin, don't eat CT.
Right, OK, we've turned up here to rescue some ducks and a goose from wandering across the road and getting run over. We're just about to find out where they are.
Every rescue's unique, and for Mark, this one's straightforward, but slightly surprising.
The ducks and the goose.
Do you want to come and see what you're dealing with?
Yes, please.
Well, I came back from being out this afternoon and some neighbours were shushing them up and down the road. So I offered my side passage for you.
This is a Canada goose, but what does it think it's doing wandering the streets chaperoning a family of ducks?
That was a nice, easy one. Luckily, they were all contained. We're just going to go back in and go and collect the ducks.
To Mark's surprise, the family consists of a male Canada goose, a female mallard and several offspring of varying ages. This is definitely not a normal duck family.
Certainly a mixture in there. There's a couple of ducklings that are, 3 ducklings that are very, very young, and there's one slightly older. Sure they'll calm down in a few minutes.
So now to find out where they came from. After asking at the local pub, Mark has found out where his odd couple duck family came from.
One pond located right next to the pub. It's obviously quite agitated now.
There's another Canada goose waiting on the pond.
We're not quite sure whether they were a partner or a pair, but they seem to not be showing too much antagonism toward each other. Well, we're just going to separate the mother out from the ducklings and release the ducklings first so that the mother doesn't fly away and leave them.
Without the mother, the ducklings can't survive in water as they can't regulate their body heat themselves until they're older. They need her to dry them off and to keep them warm.
We're just going to release the ducklings now, having separated them. Oops. Right, just going to let the ducklings go out first. And then we're going to let Mum go. One reunited family. When we first released them, there was a bit of commotion about the drakes coming over to check the female out with the young, and they were either looking after their territory slightly or they were checking to see whether she was maybe going to become one of their mates again. There was another female on the pond which drew the attention away from the ducklings. It seems to have settled down now and they seem to be settling in, and the drakes have gone back to the other side of the pond and leaving the mother and the ducklings alone. Well, the capture and the release of this group went really well. It was very strange that there was an adult Canada goose with the ducklings and the female mallard, and so somewhere along the line this Canada goose has decided to adopt its own family and seems to be protecting this particular female mallard and her ducklings.
Not only has he adopted them, but they appear to recognise his authority. When he preens, they preen, and before long they've all settled into this unusual arrangement as if it was the most natural thing in the world.
What happens when these celebrities swap fame for life as a farmhand? Who will be brought down to earth and who will be crowned the ultimate farmer? Celebs on the Farm starts Monday at 10 on 5 Star.
Me and the old man are back on our bikes as we freewheel our way round the four corners of Britain.
Christ, he's going to have a heart attack.
Join us as we discover the hidden gems of this beautiful nation.
Oh, wow.
And take an emotional trip down memory lane.
To come back to somewhere that was so important to me. It's just lovely.
There'll be spokes, jokes.
I was always good with the birds.
And a fair few bumps along the way. So saddle up for the brand new series of Britain by Bike with Larry and George Lamb. Continues Friday at 8 on Channel 5. And catch up now on My 5.
A fox cub is reported to have been run over.
Hi, Mr. Lamb. What have we got?
There's a litter of 3 of them been playing. We see them because they turn the lights on.
Right, through the lights, yeah.
And one of them has been hit by a car during the night.
Right.
He's lost the use of his back legs and he's just in there.
He's
starting to move a little bit now.
Malcolm needs to catch the fox cub to examine him.
Right, fine. All right.
It is the back legs, isn't it?
He is actually moving them, but...
Oh, sweetie. How old did you say that is?
This one, he's probably coming up to 3 months.
And what will you do now? Obviously, when you get...
We'll take him back to the hospital. We can give him a bit of anaesthetic, knock him out, check him over. They may need an X-ray on his spine just to see if there's any major damage being done. Unfortunately, they do suffer with their backs.
There we are.
Yeah, we'll get him back and have a look.
Fine.
Keep your eyes out for the others.
Well, yeah.
So it's back to the centre. But it's open day, so we've got a very full house. This time it's the general public hoping to catch a glimpse of Bill, CT and the other 500 or so animals that we're treating at any one moment. And of course, contributing some much needed cash to our cause at the same time.
Well, it's open day, isn't it?
Malcolm and Christine will just have to work around the open day activity.
Another growl at me.
His tongue was poking out when I...
Yeah, you might have bit it actually.
Got a bit of blood on it. Perhaps it was just bloody chin I saw. Hey,
No, I'm not.
What's happened to you? You're awake. You've been rolling around in the grass.
It's behind the hedge.
Very fleary.
Sort of biting or scratching because I've been...
That side, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been hit this side, I suspect.
Christine's initial examination will be to try to determine whether any bones are broken.
Examination table. I don't know whether we'll wash it off or because if he's got it inside him, then
There doesn't seem to be anything. It doesn't like this leg moving. Oh, wait a minute. Trouble is you get things that click, don't you? And then they don't click.
I mean, it's all a bit manic, I'm afraid.
I can do that.
All
right.
Oh, that's better. Relax now. It's got a feeling, I think. And then it's this front paw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come here, sweetheart.
The lady with the squirrel.
Yeah.
Someone's got a squirrel in. I think they're blocking the front door.
I think
She's just gone.
out. Yeah.
Okay, right now.
You can move it. I can't feel anything broken. You must just be very bruised, I would think. Yeah. Very bruised.
only here for the morning.
Right, okay. Let's give him some antibiotics.
Am I okay to bring people in and take them straight in there?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
No day today, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Can I have your 50p, please?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, little chick. There we go. Now.
He'll have to be kept in for the moment, and whilst the activity continues, Malcolm's off to find a suitable pen to put him in, and the visitors get the bonus of seeing some of the team in action.
Basically, the woodpecker was caught in a gutter. He's got a little bit of blood in his beak, but it doesn't look anything serious. And with woodpeckers, they're so highly stressed that we want to try to get him back out of the wild as quick as we can. So we're going to try and release him tonight while it's still light and he's got a little bit of flying time left. Failing that, we'll bring him back and take him overnight. But I think, from the look of him, he's looking quite perky that he'll actually go off okay tonight. So it's another fingers crossed job. Come on, little bird, you still with us? That's a good sign. That's a first. Right, so he was on the guttering somewhere here, was he?
Yes, I heard this sort of bang and I didn't know what it was. I thought perhaps a bird had flown against the window and I didn't think any more about it. And then the cat was sort of looking up as I came out and he was caught up in that little bit of the gutter,
right, up there.
just there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was his wing or his leg or what it was. He landed on there and he was all sort of twisted with his head sort of down and he looked very pathetic. And,
well, I'm not convinced he's going to go, but I'm hopeful.
No, well...
We'll just see, otherwise we'll take him back tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you're home, sweet one.
Be a bit more lively.
Right. Make these cages. Right, come on, fella. I'll lift you up a little bit. Oh, no, you're probably going to fly out without me being able to grab you, aren't you, okay? No, you're not. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. There you go. I know you're home. I know. Now, look, you know where you are. He said, yeah, I just want to go. I just want to go. You going to go? You going to do your stuff or not? You thinking about it? Have a little look. This is home. This is garden. Go on, strut your stuff. What am I supposed to do now? I'm 100% convinced. Let's try just once more. Not as nice as it might have been. Look, come on, have one more go at this. Come on. Are you still up there? I think that's good. I think he's better in the wild than he is in with us, and he flew straight that time. He didn't land badly. No, there's nothing broken at all. But he certainly flew straight that time, and he went to the tree and landed on the tree all right. It'd be nice you go a little higher. You're going to go up the tree? You're going to go a bit higher for me, eh? I'm 85% happy. I'd like to be 100% happy, but I can't be, and I'd rather him in the wild as long as no cats get him running overnight. I mean, he's going up the tree quite well, and he flew the second time very well, and he landed well, so I'm as happy as we can be. Woodpeckers always worry me, because if we keep them for too long, they just don't like captivity at all. It was a bit of a shame the first time he didn't fly too well, but the second time he went off much better, went straight into a tree, and I think it's going to be a good result. So, reasonably happy, and it's a nice one.
In the next episode, a gull is in need of attention. A celebrity visitor drops in for a visit. CT has a major operation.
I want to see consistency in Test match cricket, particularly from the batsmen.
Well, India, #1 in Test cricket at the moment. Huge masters of their craft.
Test highlights. England versus India. Saturday at 7 on Channel 5.
Good morning, milkshakers. It's Friday, the 17th of August. I'm Kemi, and I'm here with my two friends. Here's Spike and Spikette, and they're going to be here with me all morning. Yes, right. Here's Pepper.
New discoveries around the corner. Aquadoodle Super Rainbow Deluxe sponsors Milkshake.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. The new car.
Today, Peppa and her family are going for a drive in their red car.
Shall we have the roof down?
Yes, please.
Peppa and George love their car.
Is everybody ready?
Ready.
Then let's go!
I love our car.
And our car loves us too, don't you?
Oh dear, the car does not sound very well.
What's wrong, Daddy?
I don't know.
Let's take it to Grandad Dog's garage. He can fix it.
That's a good idea, Mummy Pig.
Grandad Dog runs the garage. He is very good at mending cars.
Oh dear, Daddy Pig. Your car does not sound very well.
Can you fix it, please, Grandad Dog?
Yes, but it will take all day.
Oh.
We wanted to go for a drive in our car.
Don't worry, you can borrow this new car while I fix yours.
Hooray!
Thank you, Grandad Dog.
Would you like the roof down?
Yes, please.
I'll just press this red button.
What a clever car.
Wow.
When you come back, I will have fixed your car.
Thank you, Grandad Dog. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Peppa and her family like the new blue car.
There's so many buttons in this new car.
What does the green button do, Daddy?
Let's see.
Magic windows! Daddy, make the magic windows go down. What does the blue button do?
I don't know. Let's see.
I love this new car. Can we keep it?
No, we can't keep it, Peppa. We've only borrowed it for today.
Oh?
Oh no, I think it's going to rain.
Yes, I'll just put the roof up. Now, which is the button to close the roof? Oops, silly me. Aha! This must be the button. Ah!
The new car has squirted Daddy Pig with water.
Silly Daddy, that's not the roof.
This button. Oops, not that one. This button.
Daddy Pig has forgotten which button closes the roof.
I don't think this car likes me.
Let's try the red button. Hooray! But now it's stopped raining.
Can we open the roof again?